Pum, bum. What is happening is the iPad is finally getting the WhatsApp app. Probably the most popular messaging app there is, at least one that is cross-platform, works with Android, works with iPhone, is actually coming to the tablet, to the iPad, and presumably also to Android tablets. This is an article on a 9 to 5 Mac that says it is actually in beta testing. They're making the apps, and Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, always hinted that an app was coming for Apple's tablet, and it's a part of something called multi-device support that WhatsApp are finally gonna bring in a future update, which means these devices can work with independent setting. You don't need to have the phone and scan the QR code for WhatsApp to work on your laptop, for example. And that's even more of a news than, at least to me, than the fact that the app is coming to the iPad. Because when you're talking about iPad, do you really think of messaging that much? Maybe, but when I'm on my laptop, I always wish there is a way for me to communicate directly from the phone to the laptop. And sure, WhatsApp is a thing. You can use Dropbox or email or Facebook Messenger or other stuff, but there is no seamless way. It always has to go through a browser, and no specific app exists. And maybe for Android there is the phone app within Windows, maybe that works, but if you have an iPhone and you have a Windows machine, there is no seamless way. And I feel like it's about time, because that's something that no company has yet to come and fulfill. You have ways you can video call people, you have apps for navigation, but there is nothing that connects your laptop to your iPhone, really. Maybe there is that I don't know about, something that I don't know about yet. And it is now coming, because this is a feature many people asked for. And finally, I guess, it is coming, but there is no time frame. It is in the near future. But another thing that people kept on asking for a long, long time, well, now it's gonna be 2 years, which is the return of the fingerprint scanner on iPhones. And it is reported that on Tech Radar that Apple did indeed test under the screen fingerprint scanners for iPhones, but it's not coming for the upcoming iPhone 13. And I have two views on this. The first is, it sucks to have Face ID fail when you're wearing a mask, as we already discussed and we already seen, and many people have experienced it. And it is especially annoying when you have to have quick access to the phone and you're communicating with someone. So let's say I'm in a shop and I want to pay, or I want to show them a picture, or I want to primarily pay. I take out my phone and it tries to scan my face. Automatically it rejects it, and then I have to pay for it to cancel the scan, and then go to the PIN code and then type it down. It's a whole weird thing where as a big technology company, you would think there is a way for you to make it more seamless. At least maybe have the phone recognize you're wearing a mask and then ask for the PIN code straight away, or something like that. And that is where most people wanted the fingerprint scanner that is not coming to the iPhones. And this interesting bit on this article is saying that under the screen technology might happen, but not for Touch ID, but Face ID. So what would happen is the camera technology would go under the screen, or it would be hidden in some way, and it would still scan your face, but without the need for the cutout, the notch on the iPhone, which is exciting. Not gonna lie, but still, if we continue with this current state where we have to wear face coverings and masks, we can't really, scan our faces. And I think about this now is, if someone is wearing a face covering of some sort for a religious practice, especially women in Muslim countries or other cultures where they have to wear some kind of face covering, does that, fingerprint is so seamless for these specific people. And but it's not the Apple thing, apparently, because they are not gonna do it. Maybe they have this Face ID. I mean, this is the speculation on this article. Have Face ID, the current technology, the notch and everything, go to cheaper devices and have the under the screen Face ID on newer devices, maybe the iPhone 14 or the future iPhones. But it seems like even if people ask for this technology, we've seen them add it to the iPad on the lock unlock button. They don't want to do it for some reason. I mean, if enough pressure mounts, maybe they do, but maybe Apple are looking at it as this face covering thing is not going to last forever. It's going to go away soon, I hope. And if it does, there is no need for fingerprint scanning. Because when they first announced Face ID, they said it's 1 billion times better than your fingerprint. It would be quite contradictory to add the fingerprint scanner back to the iPhone, especially at the high price. You would feel like you're stepping down the security, with Apple being the king of advertising the security features of their devices. Looking back, it's a hardware change that is not easy, but the world is developing, and that's pretty much what I wanted to share today. And have a wonderful week, and see you next week.